Hello, everybody. It is Al Night is Brony time, and welcome. Oh God, welcome back to Let's Play Angels with Scaly Wings. When we last left off, we decoded Riza's secret note. We had some funny shenanigans looking at fruit, overdosing on pain meds, and reading a bunch of in-universe books, which was slightly interesting, even though if they all weren't quite that great. I do love how I found stuff I never noticed in my first playthrough that I never did. So that's nice. And Riza shot Maverick, and now we're here. I was still shaken up by the events I just witnessed when I arrived at my apartment, not knowing anything better to do, so I soon fell into a deep slumber. The next day, I woke with many questions lingering in my head. I considered calling someone from the police department to ask about Riza and Maverick, but in the end I decided against doing so, as I was sure they would contact me if they had anything to tell me. I knew it was no use worrying about it for now, so I settled for starting another book. It didn't take very long, though, before the doorbell rang. Did Bryce, the chief of police, take upon it himself to escort me today? Oh, it's you again. Are you surprised? No, but I guess it'll mean bad news. Afraid so. How you holding up? Better than yesterday, that's for sure. Let's go for a walk then, shall we? Sure. The time I was taking along a different route than yesterday, and I was quite sure there was more to this than just taking a walk. I'll just go ahead and guess you didn't find Riza. Yeah, we hoped he would come back on his own by now. Do you have any idea where he might be? Maybe you mentioned some sort of place in particular that holds some meaning to him? No, not really. We didn't get a chance to talk much at all yesterday before. There's that too. I have no idea why Riza would have done anything like that. I had the impression that they weren't very fond of each other, but this? How is he, by the way? Oh, Maverick is doing fine, but there's plenty of blame to go around. You're right. They didn't particularly like each other. In his statement, Maverick says he suspected Riza of planning some sort of attack. Do you know anything about that? No, he only told me something was going to happen, not that he was planning anything. At least, that was the impression I got. He's suspecting you too, by the way. That you both planned this all from the beginning. No, that wouldn't make sense. Actually, none of this is making any sense. Why would we go through all the lengths of our agreement only to jeopardize it by doing something like this? We even already have our PDAs, and we don't have much to show for it yet. If we had any nefarious plans, this wouldn't have been a very good idea. You have a good point, I believe you. From our side, we only have Maverick's word on the whole matter. After all, he was the one who spent the most time with Riza since he arrived here. But even then, he didn't really have any reason to follow you yesterday, and his behavior was completely out of line. I'm just glad you came out fine. If he wasn't on mandatory sick leave, he would be suspected right now. We'll have to wait until this whole thing is over. He would be suspended right now. We'll have to wait until this whole thing is over before we decide what to do with him. I can assure you this won't be taken lightly. I hope so. I personally guarantee it. We've still got quite a lot on our hands now, though. We have a wounded dragon and a missing human. This could lead to a diplomatic crisis. Maybe Riza will show up and so we can get all of this behind us. I hope so too. I really wouldn't want to jeopardize everything over this unfortunate incident. Yeah, how about we both just keep quiet about this whole thing for now? After all, I don't think any of us wanted our people panicking about this already, right? I merely nodded in agreement. Eventually, we arrived at the police station, where the chief took my formal statement in regards to yesterday's events. He asked about Riza and Maverick, too. Not that I knew much of anything that preceded yesterday's events, or the mysterious catastrophe Riza had mentioned. Afterwards, he thanked me and left to file my statement while I sat by his table, waiting and listening to the goings-on of this small provincial town police department. When he returned, he was approached by someone who seemed to have urgent news. A lot of talking between the two ensued, but I couldn't make out from my position. This went on for a bit, until Bryce returned to me. Afraid I have more bad news for you. Riza has now officially become a murder suspect. Murder? We're headed to the crime scene and hoped you'd come with us. Me? A crime scene? I don't really know much about forensics. It's just that you're the only link to reason we have. Consider what he said would happen to us. It's in all of our interests that we find him as soon as possible, and if he has anything to do with it, you might be able to help us find him. Your cooperation would certainly be appreciated, and it wouldn't be a nice gesture to show us that you're trustworthy in the eyes of those who might think otherwise after what happened yesterday. Will you help us? I implore you to reconsider. Will you help us? I suppose I'll just have to keep asking you until you change your mind. Will you help us? Okay. We're gonna keep going, guys. We're just gonna keep going. It's for the achievement, guys. It's for the achievement. I respectfully decline. I respectfully decline. Gotta do this 99 times, guys, before we get the achievement. We're gonna keep going, you guys. You can skip this if you want to. I wonder if it is actually just 99 times, or that's just exaggeration. For now, I'm gonna turn on auto. Okay, that's going even slower, so... Man, guys. This is a little easier on console. Okay, there we go. Found out. I could have made this really easy by just doing this. We finally got it, you guys. Yay. I will help you. I suppose I don't really have much choice here, but you're right. We've got to find Riza. If that's what it takes, then I'll do it. Very well. Let us go, then. On our way to the crime scene, he tried to prepare me for what would come. I studied biology, so I was familiar with the sight of dead animals, asking myself how similar this would be. I wondered if my reaction would be any different if it wasn't a dragon, but a human corpse I would be seeing. When we arrived, we were met by Sebastian, who gave us an overview of the whole situation. This morning, the victim was found by a delivery flyer for a restaurant. Blood loss from multiple wounds are the likely cause of death. Forensics was already here, so feel free to poke around. A few paces in front of us, the unfortunate victim lay on the ground, covered by a sheet that concealed the body, but not the large red stain beneath. We approached while Sebastian went off to deter any curious onlookers. I know it will be pretty, and I'm sorry for putting you through this, but you know what's at stake here. Just remember what I told you, and you should be fine. Alright. Are you ready? Just do it. What do you think? He's definitely dead. Yeah, rip. Let's just say this will be your test. Tell me what you can deduce from what you see. Give it your best shot. 2 wings, 2 legs, just like the waitress in the cafe, about as big as a human lengthwise, if not slightly taller. The wingspan would certainly look impressive at that size. The wounds are kind of hard to miss, true, but what are they telling you? They are inflicted with a sharp implement. They are clean cuts, like from a knife or another sharp instrument. That is true. But why does this matter? Could have only been someone with hands. That's right. Only those of us who walk on 2 legs have the proper dexterity to wield a knife effectively. Most other dragons would probably just bite instead. Of course, this rules out the most of the bigger dragons and flyers. But then Riza still has his... what was it called again? You mean his gun? Yeah, if it was him, why would he kill someone with a knife rather than just use his gun on him? He did not want to make any noise. After all, he ran away from Maverick, trying to hide from the police. Something as loud as a gunshot would have easily given away his position and alerted others in the area. Right, that could be a good reason. But, by the way, which wound do you think was the lethal one? The one on his neck, obviously. I think it was the one on his neck. That's right. If all the blood from it wasn't a giveaway, this is a stab wound characterized by a rather small footprint. You can tell it's also the deepest one. From the location, it's pretty obvious this must have done tremendous damage. What else do you see? Well, there's a lot of blood. He died here. Else there would have been a trail we could follow. The spiders also suggest this is where they fought. That's true. Fortunately, it doesn't help with determining who the perpetrator is. Objection! Excuse me. Sorry, I just always wanted to say that. Go on, please. No, wait. Go on, please. What about the blood on his muzzle? You tell me. He fought back. It might be the perpetrator's blood. Yes, that's true. I expect forensics already took a sample of it, so it might actually help us determine who the perpetrator is. I think that's about everything. You know, kid, I'm impressed. Maybe we should have you around more often. Hey, Chief, do you still need the witness here for anything? Sebastian approached with the dragon who had discovered the body earlier. I recognized her as Adine, the waitress from the cafe. She seemed distraught, which given the situation wasn't very surprising. I don't think so. Take her to the apartment, get her statement written up, and that should be it. Sure thing. Alright, miss. We're going to have to take you to the apartment. Of course. But she spotted me. God, I'm trying to get Adina's voice down. But she spotted me, however. Her composure brightened visibly. Oh, it's the human. Well, I am a human. Well, I call you by your name, but you never actually told me it. It's Will. What are you even doing here? Do you work for our police now? No, it's just a hobby. Oh, you. By the way, I didn't know you also did deliveries. I do a little bit of everything, really. That's nice. I liked my, fish yesterday. You don't have to hide it. I know it's quite an acquired taste. To be fair, I wouldn't have recommended it to someone new like you, but you can always try something different. Here's our number. If you don't want to come in, and we'll deliver anything we have to you. Thanks. Sorry, I guess we should get going. Bye! What do we do now? Suppose we'll have to, unless... Oh no. Oh no. What is it? Got a violent homicide, and of course nobody from the department tells me. I have to find out from a neighbor who wanted to ask me about it. Good thing rumors travel fast, eh? Of course nobody told you. You're on sick leave. Mandatory sick leave, I might add. I'm not here in official capacity, you see. I am merely enjoying a curative walk in the fresh air, and happened to come across the incident. What do you want? What do you want? I don't want anything. I just find it interesting that no one tells me about this, but the prime suspect's buddy can mess with the investigation. I see how it is. I don't want anything. I just find it interesting that no one tells me about this. The prime suspect's buddy... Okay, I already read this. I know what you're thinking, but don't jump to conclusions here. I don't need to jump to conclusions. I think the dead body we found says it all. You really have an attitude problem, you know. If you weren't on sick leave, you'd be suspended right now for attacking Will yesterday. Do you even have any idea what kind of repercussions this could have on us all? Me attack Will? As far as I can see, I'm the only one who's injured here. Besides, I'm so sorry for apparently being the only one who's doing his damn job. Right, let's just all sit idly by while the suspect's on the loose and planning his next move. You know, whatever it was Riza was talking about, he was going to tell me just before you showed up yesterday. I don't need to hear you, of all people, belittling me about this. What's your problem? If anything, I want to find him just as much as you do. Don't dare compare yourself to me. Your words mean nothing. Enough. You shouldn't even be here, so you better go now and get some rest before I have to take disciplinary action. Saw Bryce escorting Maverick away from the crime scene. I wondered if there was a way to prove to him that I wasn't working with Riza. Sebastian was still close by, escorting Adine to the apartment while taking notes. If I wanted to wait to solve the problem with Maverick, I had to make a decision. Wait, what? Sebastian was still close by, escorting Adine to the apartment while taking notes. Way to solve the problem with Maverick, I had to make a decision. Call Sebastian. Should have signed that I wanted to talk to him in private without the others hearing us. Do you need something, Will? Well, I just wondered if you know a way for me to get that would help to gain Maverick's trust, or at least to make him stop accusing me of being Riza's accomplice. Maverick's a good and loyal friend, but I've learned that it takes time for him to trust others. Sadly, your situation is special, so I doubt there's a way to solve things anytime soon, unless... Actually, forget I said anything. It could only make things worse. What do you have in mind? Well, you could try to talk to him. As long as you stay calm and don't act suspicious. You won't do anything stupid, I guess. You guess? Since Riza appeared here, Mav is way more tense than usual. I doubt that he'd attack you for no reason, but you should still be careful. Do you want me to send him a message? Is this a way to start? I feel like this is something modded, which... Yeah, don't send a message. No, I think it might be too risky for now. My mission is too important for mankind. I hope this will prove to him that I'm not his enemy. That might be for the best. Bryce looked at Sebastian and me when I returned to him, but didn't say anything. In the distance, I could still hear Maverick's angry voice. Fine, but when we find him, you see I was right. I have to prove it myself, so be it. Can he even just do his own investigation like that? Well, as long as he doesn't interfere with us, we can't really stop him from doing things to his own free time. I see. I suspect he won't adhere to the standards of performing an unbiased investigation, though. He's already made up his mind. It's clear to me he won't be looking for facts. Just for evidence to support his own view in order to prove it to us or himself. Who knows? He's always been like that. Always something to prove. I have to be careful. He'll be looking for Riza soon enough. Let's hope we find Riza before he does. Yeah. Don't worry, Riza will turn up eventually. I surely hope so. All things considered, I had to admit that it remained a possibility that Maverick was right. But could the Riza I knew really be a murderer? You know what? If you think of something that might help with the investigation, or if you need anything else, just call me. I will. Well, I think we're done here. Let's go. Bryce sent me back to the apartment. I guess there wasn't really much for me to do in the meantime, so I spared the more arduous parts of the investigation. Maybe I should have been glad about this, though now I had an afternoon to fill. This is new. We could start right off with a D-Day. You can take 2 dragons a day. Making a decision. Do you want to date 2 times? I mean, this one's gonna get us achievements. But this one's gonna give us achievements too. We're gonna be focusing more on a Dine anyway. Remy and a Dine. Problem is, I don't want to go through all the dates on my initial playthrough. I want to keep some stuff reserved for when we actually do the playthrough. Once again, I'm trying to get all the bad endings to start off with, so... I'm really trying to decide what I want to do with this. We have to do something. And we can't meet with Sebastian, it looks like. Unless what I did earlier closed off that route. There's no option to abstain. Yeah, I have to do something. It's kind of frustrating. Usually there's a 5th option that allows us to hang out with Sebastian, but it's not showing up. Hold up. I want to test something. Okay, we're just gonna skip. Send a message. Yes, I think I'll be ready to try. Okay, tell him to give me a call. I will keep an eye on both of you just in case. Thank you, Sebastian. You're welcome, Will. I'm sure everything will work out. I really need to go now. Bye. I turned to look when I returned to it, but he didn't say anything. And then just as I could still hear Maverick's angry voice and hope that I didn't make a big mistake. Beat it. Can you even... Okay, yeah. So let's skip. Skip. Trick me. It's for nothing. Huh. I wonder if we just can't hang out with Sebastian because it's the first one. No, we're just gonna... It's kind of making me date them. I think it's only after we do one date. You know what? I'm just gonna go for Adine's bad ending. It's fine. It's fine. But, oh no, never mind. We still have time. I was like, what time is it? What time is it? I remember that Adine had told me that this cafe did deliveries as well, and not having anything else better to do, I figured I should try it out. I made my order with a quick phone call, and it wasn't long before the doorbell rang. Well, that was quick. Just so happened that Dina herself stood in the doorway, dripping wet with damp containers in her grip. Oh shoot, wait, go back, please. Oh, it's you again. Thought we were over this, but at least you don't reduce me to my species anymore. I do remember your name, though. It was Will, right? That's right. Here's your order. Sorry it got a little wet, but it should still be okay. So, why don't you come in? Thanks. I was about to ask you if I could stay for a little while. This is actually my last delivery for the day, and I live on the other side of town. Of course, I couldn't let you fly back when it's this ugly outside. Feel right at home. I'd better eat this before it gets cold. Sat down at the table and started eating my food while Adine decided to take a seat opposite of myself. Do you like it? Yeah, I ordered something I knew I'd actually like this time. I don't want to make the same mistake I did in the cafe. Do you have something similar where you come from? We do. As a matter of fact, it's almost scary how close it is to what we have back home. Really? Maybe I'll just share a similar taste. Anyway. Okay. Maybe there's more to it than that. What do you mean? Well, don't you trace your origins back to humans in some way? I know what kind of reputation we have in your culture. That is true. Let me ask you this. Where do you think the portal you found came from? Who built it? Humans did it, of course. Exactly. If you believe humans had something to do with an artifact created who knows how many years ago, it wouldn't be a stretch to think they could have also influenced you in other ways. Even something as simple as this dish? I like that idea. So, what do you do when you aren't working in the restaurant? Do you have a family? Oh, most of the time I take care of my kids. Oh, nice. How many children do you have? They're not really my children, per se. I just take care of them. You're more of a foster parent, then? Not quite. These are orphan children I'm talking about. I just volunteered to spend some time with them. So I'm really more of a babysitter and teacher all in one. I can't really take them in and care for them 24/7 like a proper parent would. I'd love to, but I work far too much to be a single parent. The amount of time I spend at the restaurant, I don't think these kids would be any better off. So I just help out whenever I can. It's very nice of you. Thanks. These kids already didn't get a very good hand in life. I just thought if I can make even a small difference for them, it'd be worth it. I see. What about hobbies? Do you have any? Can I ask a question for a change? Well, can you? You're silly. I like that. Well, I don't really know much about you. Actually, I'm not sure if there's anyone here who does. What would you like to know? What did you do before you came here? Nothing special. Nothing really special, really. I mean, I have my degrees, but this is the first time I did something that was actually related to them. I know what you mean. I suppose it's my turn again, so tell me about your hobbies. The one that I enjoy most is probably flying. Just flying? Well, not just flying. I do aerobatics, or stunt flying. I've been doing that on and off for a couple of years now. You must be the most overqualified delivery flyer in history, then. Actually, that might not be so far from the truth. I'm actually hoping to be part of a competition sometime. Awesome, where can I watch that? I suppose it depends on whether you will still be here when it takes place. It's part of a festival we hold in this town every year. Okay, since it is my turn again, well... This might be an unusual question, so when they said it was a human that would be coming here, I kinda expected something a little different. Sorry, excuse me. Well, what did you expect? I'm not sure exactly, but did you say it was humans that made us who we are today? You don't seem so different from us, though. I mean, yeah, you do look different from us, but you're not really anything like some of the things that have been said about your kind. I could say the same thing about you. Really? Yeah, we have plenty myths about dragons. Like what? Dragons are noble creatures. They are often cited as a symbol of power and strength, but also one of wisdom, possessing an intellect that has no equal. They are noble creatures, and their depictions enjoy an almost universal appeal. I could get used to that, though it'd be even nicer if it were all true. To be honest, I don't know if it's such a good idea to generalize like that. Even if it's a good thing you're saying about us, we're all different, you know, and not all of us are nice. I see. But then, we have said many good things about your kind, too. Well, no matter what you might think about humans, I can assure you that I'm in no way special or supernatural. I disagree with that. Why? You say that you aren't special, but just the fact that you are here with us right now is quite special to me and many others. Just try to see it the other way around. You know, you have a good point. What were you thinking when you first heard about us? Thought it was awesome. I thought making a discovery like this was just awesome. Many people would love to have the opportunity I had by coming here. See, it's not so one-sided after all, so don't be surprised if some of us feel the same way. And it's not just the discovery of you dragons. We found a portal to an entirely different world. We still haven't figured that one out. Neither have we. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. By the way, interesting selection of books you have there. Draconic Desire, X-Men's Fair, are these yours? No, they were already there when I moved in. Have you read any of them? I did read Sheridan the Scepter of Sovereignty. How do you like it? It wasn't really my kind of thing. I can see why. Oh, you got Price and Prayer. You should totally read that one. You think so? Why's that? It's not just an interesting story. It's based on true events. The author is so right when he says there's a lot we can learn from what happened back then. I'll check it out when I have the time. Let me know when you do. I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say about it. Alright, since you asked about my family earlier, I'm going to do the same thing. Is there a Mr. and Mrs. Will back home waiting for you? No, can't say there is. How about a potential Mr. and Mrs. Will then? Are you looking to date anyone? Yes. Oh, it's a shame you can't be with them now then. Or you're talking about someone you met here. Yes. Oh my. Would it have to be someone I know? Yes. Well, who is it? I'm not sure how many questions that was, but I'm sure it's not your turn anymore. Are we even still playing this game? Well, you started it. That's true. Oh, shoot. That's true. You seem to be enjoying it, though. You know, why don't we make this a little more interesting while we're at it? What do you suggest? Truth or dare? What's that? Continue asking questions, but if one of us doesn't want to answer the question, we have to do something the other person tells us to. I don't even know what kind of dare I would make you do. It would be something that would make me uncomfortable, or something you'd like to see me do. Anything? Well, keep in mind that revenge might be coming quicker than you think, so don't ask someone for anything you wouldn't do yourself. Got it. So who's first? You asked the last two questions, so it's only fair if I start. Alright. Which part of your body is the most ticklish? Probably my sides. Good to know. You wouldn't misuse that knowledge, would you? Of course not. Since it's my turn now, what is your greatest wish? More than anything, I want there to be peace on Earth. That's an honorable wish, Will. Okay, my turn. What would you do if you were invisible for a day? Invisible, huh? That's a hard one. I mean, no one would see me flying then, and I do want people to see that. Well, with this question, it's more about what you would do if you had the opportunity to do something without getting caught, like something mischievous or criminal. Oh, I know what I'd do. I'd check out the building they found with the portal. What building? Did you hear about that? They found a whole building along with the portal. It's actually underground, and they have it heavily guarded while a team of archaeologists works on it. I think it might contain many secrets and answers about the portal and where it came from. Interesting. I think I'd like to check that out as well. If you knew the world was about to end, what would you do? Say my last goodbyes and hope for the best. An optimist until the very end. I like that. What's your biggest regret? Oh my. I think it might be time for a dare now. Alright. Remove your headgear. Just that? That's not very hard. I thought I would go easy on you since it's your first time and all. I see. There, satisfied? No, no! I see. There, satisfied? Definitely. Alright, so from those you have met here so far, who is the one you fancy most? I think I'll take a dare for this one. Oh, finally. What am I going to have you do? Whatever you like. No, honestly, I have no idea. Take your time. Alright, let me think for a minute. Oh, it looks like it's getting late. Wait, what time is it? Whoops, seems like I've been here no longer than I thought. I probably should be going now. Seems like the rain has stopped too. Yeah, that's great. Anyways, if you want to invite me over again, why don't I give you my personal number and we just skip the part where you order food to make me come by? But I like the food. Or maybe I'll get your number instead. Since you ordered from us, I already have it anyway. I'm not sure what to say to that. Take it as a compliment. Bye! She's gone as quickly as she had appeared. But given her enthusiasm, I doubted that was the last time I would hear from her. Okay, yeah, you have to date at least one dragon a month. Then the second time you can do whatever you want. So we'll just take a well-deserved rest after that. Can't just skip things, but that's fine. So with all that, our status with her should be impressed. Yep. No. But we're gonna have to end it here anyway. We went a little over. I think with the dates, we may go a little bit over if we start a scene before the end of the video, just a little bit. Don't want these videos to go for too long. But yeah, here we go. So now I know how to start the Maverick stuff, but we're not going to be able to do that. There's a lot of requirements we have to do, so I don't even want to touch it. But yeah, so Adine, of course, very cute. A lot of people said for Anna, though, which I think she was the first dragon no, Bryce was the first dragon I tried to go for a great ending with, not Anna. But yeah, so I guess for this episode, let me know who your favorite was after your first date. But I have to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Time for more content, especially more dragon dating shenanigans and angels with scaly wings. And please make sure to share this video far and wide so we can get as many eyes on this series as possible. And I will see you guys in the next one.